E si parte, signori. Iniziamo, facciamo... giochiamo a difficoltà vera, per piacere. Giocare a
Does the
difficoltà
color of the
difficile
sky
per
mean
scarsi.
anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot.
A hell of a lot. Eh,
When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue.
ah. Si starta, signori.
Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
Beh,
Oh, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack
Il
dab in the
B2
middle of the
Spirit,
desert
raga.
west of here, there's a
Tanta
bunch of
roba.
planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean
lo
me, my
Starfighter.
grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful.
Facciamo partire sto 104 Starfighter, dai.
I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. Straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osia's fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from me.
E non è bello, e non è buona cosa.
Right. Should have been my best with this piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Is everyone here?
Si inizia, signori. Il primo debriefing.
You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usha as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Gray's Airbase Squadron
Piloteremo aerei canonici. Quindi avremo per la maggior parte aerei canonici. E quindi sarà una sofferenza in pratica. Cioè adesso? Oh no?
Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead.
How is that possible? The tank farm in the north has been bombed.
Many injured. Scramble. All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base.
Oh yeah.
This is not a drill.
Allora, sto tenendo d'occhio gli aerei che dovremo utilizzare e dall'1 alla 4 avremo problemi, sarà abbastanza difficile sopravvivere. Ok, facciamo come l'ho pensata. Non è totalmente canonico, però abbiamo bisogno di un altro aereo perché non ce la fa. Ok. Sì, vanno benissimo for target. Parti. Civilizazione non ci interessa così tanto, manovabilità sì. Ok. Ci serve un aumento di peso di decollo. Ho gittato. Aspetta, facciamo il raggio d'aggancio. Sì. Perfetto. Si parte. Tutto quanto su PS5, signore, un 1080p. Molto di qualità. Ok, vámonos.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. Sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Main squadron, hit the runway. Column squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, main squadron. Trigger, your call sign is page 2. Verify and read back. Page 2, clear for takeoff. Situation
Vamos.
is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party, but we have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Page 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
Iniziamo già a essere veloci, siamo oltre il Mach 5, sì, perfetto.
Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage! Ok.
Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Golem 4, understood.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco.
Trigger, I'm your wingman. I'm with you now. That's what it means to be in an element.
Ricevuto.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
Sai che posso. Clown, ti prego. Era Clown? Non mi ricordo nemmeno. Forse era Golem. Facciamo così. Agganciami, agganciami l'altro, agganciami l'altro, agganciami l'altro. Perfetto. Andate tutti e tre. Woohoo! Andiamo una a sinistra adesso.
Mage 2, targets in range, pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this.
I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet.
Andiamoli da destra.
Trigger, don't forget your special weapon.
Ce li tutti?
Mage 2, walking.
That's it. It's great when it's simple.
Perfetto.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go.
Abbiamo due macchine. Siamo velocissimi, cazzo.
Skykeeper, this is Mage 1 over.
Ho sparato anche Pyro.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Whoa there, Trigger, settle down.
Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Welcome. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Golem.
Ciao Chiara.
Two new enemy groups.
Benvenuta in live.
Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify.
Ecco Pyro. Allora faremo una run con tutti gli aerei canonici. Tra virgolette uno non lo sappiamo se sia canonico o meno. Però nel dubbio lo sfrutteremo perché serve. Vieni qua Pyro. Ah bastardo i flare. Ole. Destra. Tutto così definito. 1080p adesso lo vedi bene sto gioco. Comunque l'F16 ha preso un bel buff dall'ultimo aggiornamento. Adesso arriviamo fino a 2 Mach e 7. Poi dovrebbe disintegrarsi al Mach e mezzo in realtà. Quindi a 1,7 dovrebbe devastarsi. Ma no, sì, l'hanno buffato fortissimo il Falcon. Abbiamo diversi MiG-21. Sono separati dal bombardiere. Come mai? Effettivamente questo qui era un aereo che faceva un po' cagare. Infatti era il peggior aereo. Troppa velocità, come mai? L'ho detto. L'hanno buffato perché appunto era il peggior aereo che c'era. Ed è veramente molto bello. Devo dare priorità a questi due MiG. E voglio prendere questo MiG in basso. Va bene, va benissimo. Ok, gli altri stanno seguendo l'altro MiG. Sì, adesso ti do il centro io. Perché si disintegra? Praticamente i materiali non riescono a reggere la velocità eccessiva dell'aereo. Allora abbiamo un MiG dietro di noi. Adesso lo andiamo a regalare un paio di missili. E vai.
Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Ok. Sì, sì. Ah! Infatti questo bastardo di F16 ci mette l'ira di Dio a virare. Per fortuna siamo contro i MiG-21. Ole. Dai, lo prendi? Perfetto. Tu tira tutto su 1080p, chiara che questo gioco è spettacolare in 1080p. Ho sparato un po' troppo presto i missili. Vieni qua di nuovo. Devo andare a buttare giù l'ultimo MiG. Dai, tirati su! Ah. Sta scendendo. No, bellissimo questa presa. È andato 2,40, quindi è andato tutto pixelloso. Ok, questi due sono andati in pratica. Ma che stanno virando. Olio. No, non lo so, in teoria forse non li prendo. Sta a posto. Woo!
Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Column Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Ok, va bene. Tanto non seguono le mie live. Quindi... Bello l'F16 così, Ok. Possiamo skippare senza problemi. Ma tu devi dire quando lo giochi questo game in realtà quanto ti diverti. E questo qui è solamente... Pensa, questo qui è l'aereo meno agile di tutti. E nada. Votazione S. Boh, cerchiamo di prendere su tutto S, ma è difficilissimo in asso, con questo aereo soprattutto.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction,
quella lì a destra, Ored, è la capitale dell'Osea.
We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usea, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now.
Usea.
Anche a me. The Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking far.
Te la ricordi questa, Chiara? La Kestrel 2. La Kestrel 2,
The Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head to head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Yusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Yusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
Pensa che sfiga. Brrr. F15 goes brrr. Quanto è bello il Vulcan sugli aerei.
In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Questa si chiama guerra. Questa è la guerra. Questa è la cazzo di guerra.
Found guilty and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too. We headed off down south for several days and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia on the opposite side of the Yusian continent.
Alla base 444, vedi?
For port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats. And the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out. And sent the dogs on me.
Charge the enemy. Ok.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Yusian
Lo vedrei un cane fighissimo in sto gioco. Sono un sacco di meme sul cane di Combat 7.
Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim
Ovviamente,
the
sempre noi,
as an advanced element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Ok. Abbiamo un po' di bersagli a terra, quindi ci porteremo delle bombe non guidate. Sempre sul nostro F16. Ah, queste qui sono persino guidate, buono, allora ci serve sempre averne di più in realtà. Però comunque dovrebbero valere come missili, quindi... No, sono bombe allora. Quindi, bombe speciali. Ecco qui. Giusto il tempo di ricarica. Perfetto. Il nostro fedele F16 Lightning Falcon dovrebbe fare il suo lavoro. Sì, per le prime 4 missioni /5 ce la facciamo senza troppi problemi. Dovrebbe essere in realtà abbastanza tranquillo. Perché adesso non abbiamo ancora priorità di fare grandi scontri aerei. Dobbiamo farli in futuro. E abbiamo ancora un aereo decente in futuro.
HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
Dai. Devo agganciare?
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Oh, sono guided queste bombe però. Ma devo stare vicinissimo, cazzo. Oh, davvero? Vieni qua! Va bene, allora ti freno tantissimo addosso. Vabbè dai, non fa niente, non dobbiamo beccarli tutti. Questi qui sì però. Cazzo, intercettatori. Ah!
Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars. Trigger, there's one more to go.
Sì, lo so che ne manca uno. Solo che abbiano ancora i MiG-21 perché... Sì, ok, per la maggior parte mi sembra che siano tutti quanti MiG-21. E lo sono. Vieni qua. Wow. Vado vicino alla morte qui. Sembra esatto. Bersagli a terra. Sono veloce, eh? Dai! L'esplosione ha stabilizzato un po' i sistemi. Adesso gli tiro giù con la Vulcan, bastardo. Sto MiG-21, da tirare giù. Mo' mi tiri giù. Woohoo! E qua, amichetto mio. Ho usato un po' di flare. Stallato. Devo prenderli. Devo giù. Stavo per buttarmi un po' a terra, Droni. Questi sono dei problemi perché sono un po' più veloci.
Status report. Multiple bogies on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it.
Basta un solo missile per tirare giù i droni.
But that doesn't change a thing.
Però sono estremamente veloci.
Take them all down. These drones have great
Bello.
agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Column 1. Bandits confirmed
Tirate
as
giù due.
UAVs.
Per adesso i nostri missili aria-aria stanno andando molto bene. Ah, in mezzo alle nuvole, ma va bene, dai, allora ti seguo. Vieni qua. Vieni qua. Questo è il primo che te tiro, vedi? Sai cos'è il torpedo? Ah, dai, spara. Dai, vieni qui. Bastardo. Sei! Altri due. Sono davanti. Ah, molto 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 romantico. Ole. Morto. Ultimo. Oh, li ho tirati tutti quanti giù io, che squadra del cazzo. Ah. Ah. Tu dovrebbe andare giù, Perfetto. Woohoo!
Skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
La guerra è così, ragazzi. Non è che ti fai troppe domande su chi stai ammazzando. Queste qui sono battaglie spettacolari. Aeree, così veloci. A 2,5 Mach.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar.
Vabbè, allora noi skippiamo per la maggior parte sta roba qui perché è abbastanza inutile. Comunque altra S. Vamo, stiamo giocando a difficoltà massima, comunque, devi ricordare. True Project Strategy. Questa qui mi pare che ci sia. L'Arsenal Bird. Forse la quarta. Mi ricordo.
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel 2, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The
Allora, porterò io gli aerei canonici, perché ce n'è uno in particolare, perché quando passiamo al 444 squadrone, allo squadrone 444, perdiamo l'F-16C e ne guadagniamo un altro, che io lo preferisco molto di più. Questa qui è una missione aerea, mi pare. Dio, che missione è questa? Istruzioni? Sì, sì, lo so. Aerei, sì, 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 sì. Dual wielder. Sì, abbiamo l'Arsenal verde contro. FQ16C. Ci portiamo dietro i SASM. Non voglio rischiare troppo con i missili a raggancio multiplo. I SASM voglio che mi facciano danno, sì. Ok. Vamos. Cosa la facciamo? Rifornimento in aria. Ole. Difficoltà asso, ragazzi, tanta robetta. Rifornimento! Ok, andiamo a divertirci, ragazzi. Gigante non so perché. Ma perché? F4E sono dei Phantom. Sì, Phantom, non Phantom. Ci regaliamo un SASM. Adesso è sbagliato. Quanto fa il SASM? Sì! No, è andato a finire. Oh, le è andato. Minchia! È durissimo! Ok, adesso è andato. Che volevi fare? Abbiamo un altro aereo. Ore 6. Finisce la tua posizione. Fortunato. Uno dietro. Io riesco anche a prendere col SASM. Poco. Si è alzato male, cazzo. Cioè, per me si è alzato male. Ok, dai, veramente. Sto qui è bravo. No, ok, sbagliavo. Ti ho appena buttato giù. Brutto errore quello, ragazzi. Brutto errore. Lo vedo appena. Abbiamo altri due aerei nemici. Sto F16 riesco a tirarlo anche giù col SASM. Anticipo. Sì, si è appena tirato verso di me. Sì, vabbè, ma tu cosa vuoi fare? Adesso sono proprio in uno svantaggio tattico incredibile. Ho sbagliato, ho tirato un missile per sbaglio. Vabbè, senti, ciao. Non voglio tenermi SASM, utilizziamo tutti. Volenze, tante anche.
Radar shows no sign of bandits. Raiders. You're in the
Oh,
clear.
tirati giù, tirati su, tirati su.
Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break!
What the hell?
Caution! Missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Presento l'Arsenal Bird, ragazzi. Uno di fenicotteri. Questa cosa fa cazzo paura. È enorme e ha questi bastardi. Per fortuna i SASM sono molto utili contro sti bastardi. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Scusate.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal Bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Sono tanti, raga.
Just waiting for mission command.
Sono estremamente fragili. Non come pensavo, però.
These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
No!
These guys were too easy.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the Arsenal Bird.
Ecco.
Take out Big Baby Huey.
Ecco. Un po' tanti missili, eh. Oh, sta tirando lo scudo, eh. Ma lo sta preparando. Oh, lo sta ampliando.
Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Ho perso Skeleton 1.
Status?
Dimmi.
Situation.
Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
No!
Skeleton 3 is lost.
Non lo so, però dopo se poi posso chiedere. Io qua tu abbonda.
HQ, what's happening?
Ah, mi sei dietro. Wow!
Caution, all aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there! Breaking!
Skeleton 2 lost.
Sono vicino.
Skeleton
Ottimo.
squadron is down. Got too many losses.
Tirati su.
All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately. Save your chest.
Bella questa visuale dall'alto.
Golem and Mage squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
We'll go, but Golem 2's hit.
Cool.
Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Cazzo, ho pochi
Golem
SASM.
2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1.
Ho avuto una brutta rivelazione. Infatti ho un solo SASM.
Trigger doesn't need to fill in. I'm back and
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Hanno appena tagliato un dialogo.
returning home.
Davvero non sei andato giù? Ti ho fatto una scaricata di Vulcan addosso. Ma dire... Oh, sì, cazzo.
Squadron, you're going toe to toe with the UAVs. Good work. Special weaponry depleted. Retreating
Ecco.
aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem squadron, Mage squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
Vieni qua, ho detto. Andato.
Mage 2, UAV down.
Pigliate questo. Bello, in pieno. Lo prende, eh?
That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing.
More UAVs spotted.
Di lì. Vado a prendere questo infame. Mi hanno preso con un colpo di mitragliatrice questi 4 infami. C'è uno in coda. Cosa vuoi fare? Scilaggio è qui, eh. Vado.
Get your asses out. Mage 2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy. Fourth-grade aircraft. We'll let you take it easy next time.
I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
It's not good. Brody, break off.
Come prendono queste cazzo di missili? È inutile. Io giro bene nei cieli. Andate.
That's it, Trigger. They're machines. Don't show them any mercy.
Andate.
I'm tied up now. Trigger, can you help them?
Vieni qua, brutto infame.
Good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible. I'm grateful you're around. Golem 2, what's your status?
Dai. Dai, spuntate, 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 spuntate. La musica. Dai, sul serio? Si nota che non è tanto maneggevole sto bastardo. Smettila di muovere, basta. Dai. Ole.
All UAVs have been splashed.
Oh, il Lightning Falcon, tanta roba, eh. Tanta stima.
What? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
have you on radar. You are cleared for approach.
Ok. Atterriamo, signori.
Runway is clear. Page 2, you are cleared for landing.
Manculo alla pista lì. La pista sta lì.
Page 2, lower speed.
Ma se mi metto davanti alla pista, cazzo.
Page 2, bank left.
Oh, a sinistra, in realtà a destra devo correggere. Che cazzo dici?
1500 to runway.
Lo so dov'è la pista.
Page 2, lower nose. You're too high.
Lo so, mi fate atterrare? Ecco. Ci ho avuto tanto? C'è pure un elicottero passato alla mia sinistra. Eccolo lì.
Perfect, Page 2.
Ole.
I knew you'd be back. Stand by for further orders.
Se vuoi essere... Ma io sono il migliore, cazzo. Certo che torno.
Mage Squadron, this is...
La C10 non lo portiamo. Non lo portiamo il vero brrr. Non lo portiamo. Perché è un casino e non è canonico.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many...
Ho preso una A. Ho pure un nuovo soprannome, forse perché sto guidando tantissimo con l'F16C. Per un discorso diverso.
Here he comes.
Eccolo lì.
Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here.
Qualità.
We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing a stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Aruja's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here.
La musica del battaglione 444 è bellissima.
I bet you're wondering, if Aruja lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osea, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osea was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osea down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Aruja, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
Beh, vediamoci la nostra ultima missione come Mage Squadron.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us.
Manda pure.
The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator.
Deve andare a salvare Arling. Te lo ricordi chi era Arling? Già? Abbiamo visto in Ace Combat 5 Arling. Sì, ci conviene portarci ancora oggi Sasm. L'aereo ben fatto così. Perfetto. Nuvole frammentate. Un po' di maltempo. Bisogna fare una missione semi-stealth. Oh.
We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
Yeah, ti ricordi Arling? Dimmi se ti ricordi Arling.
Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck.
Oh, che peccato.
Trigger, you're a third of the way to the rendezvous point. Good job, but stay focused.
Il vento ci sposta fortissimi comunque verso sinistra. Passiamo? Sì, ci passiamo. Ci passiamo. Che musica figa, cazzo. Ehi, andiamo a trovare un po' gli eruseani, che ne dite? Dalla città, cazzo. Andiamoli a trovare. Facciamogli sentire un F16 terraria. Sai come si saranno divertiti in quel cazzo di palazzo?
Trigger, the first stage of the mission is clear. Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started.
Non ho mica un cazzo di 747 Boeing.
Radio silence is now lifted.
Na 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 na.
Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. They're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone. Page 2, target destroyed.
Volevo fare il figo, cazzo. Ma purtroppo non è abbastanza reattivo l'aereo. Questa qui è una sadness. Non è reattivo come vorrei. Un F-22 Raptor o anche un F-15C non avrebbe avuto questo problema. Peccato. Ho fatto un facepalm incredibile. Così.
H2, target down. Half of the SAM sites are down. Fox 2.
No!
Trigger, sorry about the wait. Cavalry's here. Column squadron. Trigger jumped through the fire. Now it's our turn. Understood.
Gargoyle squadron, stay focused. All know your job.
All aircraft, eliminate the enemy before they can respond.
Oh, no, 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 no. Stavo facendo una bruttissima imbeccata, un Mach, ed ero troppo vicino a terra. Ah! Lo so. Ole. No, dai, 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 no, no, no. Cazzo, sto coso è lento. L'odio. Sì, sì. Chiami in codice. È una cosa figa, cazzo. Vado a prendere Arling, signori.
Rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Column and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
It's been a long journey, but you're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the ex-president.
Che macchina, perché? Ma che musica, ragazzi.
Approaching the space elevator. Stop them.
Taking fire! We're pinned down! Shoot back! Express identified.
Dato.
The gantry crane. Mr. Hurley, stay right there.
Sta diverti tu? Ti faccio io qualche bel regalo, vieni qua.
Jacob's been hit. Incoming rocket!
Sea Goblin, all survivors, respond. Is Mr. Harling alive? UAV down.
Oh yeah.
That's about
Oh sì, sì, ti ricordi la 10?
They got the chopper and Sierra too. That was thermobaric. Rocket!
Damn. 3 remaining. UAV confirmed down.
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Hurley. Rescue unit down, along with the soldier who had this radio. I'll get Mr. Hurley out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out.
Good night. We'll pass
Ah.
exhaustion before the enemy wears out.
We found an Norwegian transport craft. Its engines are on.
I heard you were in the Air Force, Colonel. Can you fly?
Better than Mr. Hurley.
It'll do. One
Preso un
remaining.
colpo.
All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I sent the information via the data link.
È lo stesso nome di Combat 5, Mother Goose 1. Vai, sul serio.
We're swarming. There's no way we can provide adequate cover.
Page 2, missile launch. All UAVs have been splashed.
Ok.
All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off. Mother Goose 1,
Yep.
take off. Let's wait till we're home safe. Mage Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenalberg.
The big bird is coming, huh?
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any
Pa,
UAVs.
pa, pa, ra, na, na,
Intercept the
pa, pa.
UAVs.
Che bella ragazza. Ok, noi siamo a retroguardia di Mother Goose 1.
Always maintain element. Forming up. Connect.
Enemy force on. Breaking. Required work on bandit. Firing.
Vieni qua. Sta azzardare nel mio.
UAV on your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you. This isn't exactly a fight.
Enemy UAV down. Great job, Trigger.
An arsenal bird is on its way. Strategic AI chose liberty over justice. Courses have already changed.
Targeting gun range.
Ole.
Gargoyle 1, where's the signal? Gargoyle Squadron, stand by for my order. Without the lighthouse, I mean the harbor, they won't be able to get home. That ship isn't one of ours. Where's the signal?
Carica.
Gargoyle, change radio frequency.
Just one here. We're about to leave the airspace. Keep your fingers crossed.
Gargoyle, it's time. Attention, Gargoyle Squadron, babble, babble, babble.
Hostile.
Gargoyle 3 to Babel.
Double Roger.
Wow.
Skykeeper, what the hell was that?
Gargoyle did their job.
I figured, but why weren't we informed?
The IUN can't coordinate between branches as usual.
Gargoyle Squadron, report.
HQ, one hit restored. The rest of the ship is by UAV. The elevator's wind break took a scratch. Nothing more.
Roger. Continue to maintain air superiority.
You're low on special weaponry.
Lo so.
One hit.
Mother Goose 1 has been hit. Colonel Johnson, respond. Mage Squadron, assess the situation.
This is Mage 1. I have Mother Goose 1 in my sight. Cabin's fine, but the cockpit's not looking so good.
Colonel Johnson, are you okay?
Don't worry about that. Just send them this way. I'm sorry. Get Mr. Harling. Please.
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1.
Skykeeper, should we continue providing cover for Mother Goose 1?
Of course. Mage 2, Fox 2.
Dai. Guarda cosa cazzo è capace di fare Harling. Stiamo tornando verso nord e noi dovremmo andare verso sud,
What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
It's flying at a steady altitude. Who's in control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond. Mr. Harling, please respond.
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
giving up on you. The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
Take them down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining.
Behind one. Lock acquired.
Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harlan, are you piloting that plane?
Arsenal Bird Liberty, passing waypoint 2.
The UAVs are continuing their attack.
They're obsessed with that transport. UAVs launching from Arsenal Bird Liberty, heading toward the A.
Ora. Abbiamo perso Harling, ragazzi.
Oh my god, Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
Where'd the missile come from?
Mage 2 fired that.
It was Ocean. A friendly missile hit him.
Verifying the situation. Stop speculating.
Questa qui è musica di Combat 5.
Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the elevator. The Rusian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1. Trigger. Trigger was the closest. UAVs were crawling all over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye in the hatchway. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal Bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately.
Sì, penso che sia ottimo. Io non posso volare, io non posso, ma stai zitto. Io volo quando cazzo mi pare.
The operation to rescue former President Harling has failed. Sadly, there is no hope he survived. Trigger, you are suspected of assassinating the former president. There will be an inquiry. There will most probably be a court-martial.
Non bello. Ha preso una A però, se ne fotte.
Bad news for us here at the prison. The enemy fell for our decoy base. With all the fake planes and trucks we had out, it must have looked to them like the Ocean Air Force was about to go on the attack.
Che sfigati.
Day after day after day after day, they bombed us. Osea didn't give a damn. We weren't soldiers to them, so go ahead. Bomb us. In their eyes, we were expendable. Worth less than the fake planes in the bunkers. No biggie. While I made fake planes, they had me put together some working ones. Then, some genius at HQ decided we should send it up, so the base looked legit. Thankfully, we had people to crew them. It didn't matter what we were locked up here for anymore. Top brass needed pilots, and criminals were all they had. A crook, a gambler, an anarchist. Just your typical lowlifes. They threw each one of them in a cockpit and sent them up to intercept the enemy's planes. But in the end, it was all just for show. So, up they went, day after day after day. Today they tossed someone new into the mix. Wonder what he did to get sent here. My dad died flying for the Ocean Air Force. When your allies are surrounded, one of the most dangerous missions is giving them cover to retreat. Whoever signed up for that was a real hero. But even more dangerous than that was being the one who had to cover the rear guard's retreat. That was my dad's job, and one time, he called it off. Said it was too late for him. Said anyone else would have done the same. I found that out from a war buddy of his when he came to tell me how my dad died. The next time a retreat happened, my dad volunteered to be in the rear guard. Dumbass. He died all right. No one came to help. The news nearly broke me. Of all the ways to get killed, that's gotta be the most pathetic one ever.
Sì,
Am I
estremamente, sbagli un casino.
There's a rumor going around about another inmate. A guy they brought here a little while ago. Get this, talk in the cell block says he was sent here because he killed Harling. The president of Osea during the last war, remember? He's the one that sent my dad on that suicide mission. He's the reason I had to go live with my grandpa, and why me and Gramps started building a supersonic jet. He's the reason I ended up here. Maybe I should give that guy a thank you note for killing him. Nah. God, I hate the smell of this place. It's all fake and lies and bullshit. It reeks.
Oh. Signori, si passa un nuovo aereo. Già. F-14 Tomcat.
Alright guys, I'll let you in on some juicy info. The new guy was found guilty by the International Union Peacekeeping Forces court-martial. He is the murderer of Harling in the flesh. His tag name is Trigger. Now, as of today, he may be attached to the Ocean Air Force Base 444th Squadron. But that is just some symbolic bullshit. It doesn't really matter if he's Harling's murderer or not. Every last one of you has been incarcerated for one reason or another. You cons have an obligation to atone for your crimes. A few of you in the penal unit know how to fly, and HQ needs to plug the deficit in our Air Force. So they proposed sending you guys on a reconnaissance mission to the Waiapolo Mountains. But that idea was flat out rejected. Nope, you'll be atoning for your crimes right here at this base. This base is a decoy designed to draw enemy fire. And as members of this
Lo adorerai il Tomcat. E a geometria variabile. Variabile, scusa. Adesso ti faccio vedere.
Switch off that alarm. It's just the usual. I thought Zapland was supposed to be an isolated area. Okay. I'm gonna need a few aircraft to scramble.
Again?
Better than solitary. Enemy aircraft detected over the dummy runway.
We just need to make it look like we can put up a fight.
Dobbiamo tornare
Some of
presto.
those piles of junk can at least take off. Let's get the...
La missione la conosco molto bene. Allora. Raggio di aggancio, rasoio di collo. Potenza no, i LAM sono già abbastanza potenti. Gettata.
It's time to get busy, convicts. Proceed with your mission now.
Un aereo molto più manovrabile.
Follow orders, Trigger. Taxi to the runway now. Check your altimeter and wait in front of the runway.
Control, would you kindly send me up first?
Spare, Champ, this is the control tower. You're not cleared for takeoff. Obey orders.
Go to hell.
All aircraft preparing for takeoff. Watch out for Spare 8. He's forcing a takeoff.
I'll take up command. Any objections? That'll get decided in the skies.
Eccoci qua.
Trigger, your call sign is Spare 15. Consider it your prisoner number for the air. Commencing deception and interception.
Il 15 era il numero di Blaze.
You have permission to take off. Go now.
My blood's boiling! Toss the chump in solitary once he gets back. Spare 8, when you land, your ass is grass.
Spare 15. Takeoff confirmed. Altitude restriction lifted. Go.
So, no missiles again. The FCS is locked.
Damn.
You're good. Let's make this more interesting. Prisoners use nothing without supervision. Not even a pencil. Here comes Harling's murderer. He shot 2 missiles right between old Harling's eyes.
Always in the know, aren't you?
In this war, intel is a life or death matter. Settle down.
Excited to have another murderer with you?
Yeah!
This is Bandar. Spare 15, I'm handling surveillance. The bombers that attacked the runway are coming back for another round. I know it's just a dummy runway. You guys just need to make a lot of noise. Make them think there's fighters at the base.
Anyone got a smoke? I'll owe you one.
If any of you die, just think of it as you atone for your crimes.
Much appreciated.
One more thing. Any aircraft leaving the operation area will be shot down. Do you hear me?
Righto.
Numbers we can handle. Proceed with us. Storm Squadron, get into formation.
Look at them. Blowing up a bunch of paper planes.
The enemy seems to think our air force is concentrated on this base. Everything on the ground is fake. Can't the enemy see that? Consider that convincing.
Yes, the enemy just hit the control tower.
Hey, what's with all the shaking?
Not let the enemy get closer. Are you trying to kill me?
Shall I order them to shoot down all? Commander McKenzie? Damn it! Spare squadron, listen up. Shoot down everything carrying bombs.
Cazzo sì.
You're cleared to engage. Show no mercy.
Vedete qua.
Wanna bet which one of us gets the first kill after it starts?
This is the Peters.
If count's going
I
forward,
decide
so am
whether you die.
Alright, I'm assuming command. All aircraft support me.
Who's gonna dance to your line too?
I'll show you all how it's done.
Spare 15, bandit splashed.
Trigger, keep an eye on your head count. We can compare later. Yeah, I'll bet that before we get dressed up.
Andiamo giù queste merde.
Radar painted.
Adesso ti faccio capire cosa vuol dire avere un Tomcat.
Take care of them. Bombers at high altitude. Stop watching your own
Le posso seguire finalmente, li posso seguire.
head to the next target.
Allow me to educate you. In this unit, you get your tail marked with scratches. The more scratches, the more heinous the crime. They're called sin lines. You have 3 scratches, right, Trigger? Well, you are Harling's murderer.
Ti puoi godere appena la spiegazione delle strisce del peccato. Io ne ho 3 perché sono l'assassino di presidenti, quello che ne ha di più. Ah, ho tirato fuori i flare il bastardo. Spero che ti piaccia il Tomcat, Chiara. Portiamo qui quel su 33.
Lucky shot. Sorry again, but I'm gonna get the top score again.
Vieni qui. No, Chiara. 1 2 3 È un po' troppo vicino. Ok. Squadron leader? Ah, attenzione agitazioni. Non so se riesco a tirare giù l'aereo di sinistra. No, sono i 160, sono quelli corazzati.
Spare 7, shut up. You don't need a yap to pull the trigger.
Trigger again. Don't get excited. It's beginner's luck.
Perfetto sto tiro. Devo entrare entrambi giù. Porca troia, brutto, non mi piace.
Spare 15, don't take all the fun away
away from your comrades. 3 targets remaining.
Nel caso non fosse chiaro, io sono Spear 15.
2 targets remaining.
Vieni qua. Vieni qua.
The targets are still active. Keep up the attack. What the hell are you doing? Are you... Wilco, Commander McKenzie, please maintain silence for a moment. Spear 15, what the hell are you doing? Attack!
Eccoti qua. Davvero? Va bene. Li vedo. Tiro giù, li tiro giù.
One bandit left. Take him down now. First come, first serve.
Troppo vicino. Facciamo io un bel regalo. Oh sì, è bellissimo il Tomcat quando va in picchiata. Quando fai questo soprattutto.
Mission complete. RTB. Trigger's still with us. Must have the devil in his corner. Spear 7, what happens if the one dies while landing?
Then you win. So what? You're not done?
Just checking.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. Make your landing check. We don't want a wreck blocking the runway. Spare 15, you have permission to land. Wind conditions are calm. 3,000 meters.
Decrease your base.
Lower your airspeed. Heading is good. Stay on course.
Atterrati.
Right. Stand by for your next sortie.
I lost a lot of money for that trigger. Don't forget.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off.
Quanto cazzo è figo. Il dogfight, ragazzi, è la cosa più bella del mondo. Stesso aereo, abilità totale del pilota.
Did I say you could take down the enemy? Throw anyone who disobeys into solitary.
This is ground control to measure down. Grado S. Raga, l'F-14D Tomcat è devastante. Qui ci divertiamo. Sì, ci divertiamo. Questa qui è la cutscene meme di Combat.
From time to time, I'd catch myself looking at him, wondering what they were talking about. I'm sure everyone on the base did the same. They were such enthralling creatures.
Pedofilia.
Every night, a crowd would gather around Mihai. They were the men tasked with guarding him in the air. Their jackets all bore the same patch, a relic from a nation that was long gone. Decades ago, during the Age of Expansion, the Kingdom of Erusia absorbed many countries. Theirs was one of them.
Adesso ti diverti, Chiara,
Mihai asked them,
Yet what is a nation? Can we actually see the physical lines that divide one from another?
People of my generation can no longer speak the language of our homeland. My grandparents always look sad when they see I have no idea what they're saying to me.
Mihai didn't say a word after that. His scarred face betrayed no emotion. He didn't get those scars from flying, though. Mihai was originally from Shalaji. His real name is Mihai Dumitru Margarita Corneliu Leopold Blanca Carol Aeon Ignatius Raphael Maria Nikitas A. Shalaji.
Poco lungo, però vabbè.
When he was young, he was the heir to the Grand Duchy of Shalaji. Then, revolution broke out among his people. Mihai was betrayed by a close friend who pointed a gun at his face and pulled the trigger. The revolution was successful, but the new country that sprang from it was annexed by
Per
the
gli amici
expanding
Bob,
kingdom of
esatto.
Arusha. The
Per gli
Arusian
amici
royal family allowed
Mihaly
Mihai's family to
e
retain their
Shilaj.
title and noble standing in the new kingdom. But Mihai surprised them all by signing up for the draft like an ordinary Arusian citizen.
La storia di Mihaly
He was then
è
accepted
molto
into the Air
particolare.
Force Academy by order of the king. Mihai soon became an ace pilot. When the royal family was ousted and Arusia became a republic, he continued his service for the new regime. Test sites soon flourished. One day,
Ecco qui, il cane, il doggo, il doggo, il doggo, il doggo,
I noticed the rose emblem.
il doggo. Chiara, guarda il doggo. I meme di Ace Combat, tutti qui, in questa cutscene, tutti qui stanno tutti i meme. Guarda il doggo, del doggo. Il doggo ti vuole ammazzare, palese, ti vuole ammazzare proprio.
This new princess was truly a godsend for the Arusian people. If Mihai's granddaughters were like the moon, she was like the sun, around which everything seemed to orbit. Her face was so expressive. It's no wonder the people of this war-torn country instantly felt at ease when they saw her speeches. They started singing. The pilots of the support plane smiled, even though they wished their nation
Ah, comunque il meme del cane sono Burn Nausea to the Ground. E c'è la musica death metal di Dooms. Di Dooms, cazzo è? Mihaly, Dimitru, Margherita, Cornelio, Leopold, Blanca, Carol, Ilion, Ignatius, Rafael, Maria, Nikitas, A. Shilaj. Oh, per noi cari mortali, Bob. No, in realtà per noi veri mortali è Sol One. Il doggo del 5. No, non è quel doggo. Non è quel doggo. Questo è peggio del doggo del 5. Questo è molto peggio. C'è la missione di... sì, le montagne del Waipolo dovrebbero essere a Rocaroia. Vero? No, voglio fare la missione di bombardamenti. Ah. Lo sapevo. Vabbè, missione di bombardamento. Spareremo a tutto quanto e passeremo in un bellissimo. Anche un dogo così. Anche era più meno ignorante il dogo del 5. Questo è un Labrador, quello lì era un cane normale del 5. Niente. Sai cosa? Concentriamoci sui bersagli aerei. Pasqualo. Esatto. Con la O perché è maschio, esatto. Infatti E è femminile. Il 4 luglio 2019, signori, long day. So se vecchia di 2 anni, praticamente. Che musica? Femminile plurale, hai ragione. Ci concentreremo solo i missili, cioè almeno quelli speciali con le forze aeree.
Transport truck spotted. Not a threat, but feel free to take them out.
It's a kind of specialty. Being attacked. Enemy aircraft. All squadron. Ready the anti-air interceptors. Open fire.
Ma bello sto aereo. Guarda che belle virate che può fare. Ci vogliono far rialzare i bombardieri da terra. Sì, ma ve li faccio rialzare i bombardieri da terra. C'è sfrantumato la minchia. F16 dov'è? Vicino. È andato. Va bene, me ne vado. Sono un pilota, cazzo. Elicotteri di trasporto, tiriamoli giù. Sì, l'ho visto e mi piace moltissimo, lo adoro infatti. Non so se forse non l'ho scritto, però mi sembra che mi sono dimenticato. Però sì, lo adoro praticamente. Cazzo, quanto adoro sto aereo. È vero? È vero? Vabbè, non ti preoccupare, ci penso adesso. Apprezzo, soprattutto ho visto il tuo. Vedo un sacco. È un Sam. Sotto il missile sono passato. Andiamo dall'altra parte di Rocaroia. Vorrei essere troppo veloce per il missile. Devo finire il carburante prima di toccarmi, ok, infatti. Più a destra. Da lì quanta roba! So che possiamo entrare anche da lì. Sì, entriamo da lì, sti cazzi. La vedo! Entriamo, ragazzi. Andiamoci a fare un giretto, dai. Mi piacciono i tunnel ultimamente. Ho appena sfiorato. Il Tomcat speciale è appena spawnato, non so parlare. Dall'alto? Dove mi sta arrivando sto... Ah, ma vede. Eccolo lì, Kitsen. È un Tomcat dopo tutto. Adesso dovrebbe essere morto. Davvero? Distrutto. Aereo speciale, tirato giù. Siamo in codice kitten abbattuto. Tiriamo giù questi MiG-21. Sono veloci. So io che sono veloci in realtà, sono loro che sono lenti. Da qui. Dai! Preso di CC. Ti ho dato la faccia, sei morto. Ho giusto Phantom. E vabbè, tu mi dai la faccia però. Contro un Tomcat che è un aereo superiore. Tu dove andai? Dove stai fuggendo? Sto finendo i missili. Ho 10.000 punti mancanti. Bravo. Mi sono dritto nella mia linea di sparo della minigun. C'è un aereo? No. Cosa che mi vuole rompere i coglioni? Ah sì che c'è un aereo. Vieni qua! Andato. Bastardo. Sto MiG-21 cosa vuole fare? Non ho capito. Vieni qua. Che ti insegno l'educazione. È giù tutto quanto con la mitragliatrice. Buono. Punti volanti, vedi? Punti volanti, esatto. Sole. Abbiamo perso ai roller. Ah, bastardi. Sono in tanti. Prendilo. Stick with trigger and you make it. Ah, all'ultimo. C'ho le flare. Stai rompendo proprio il cazzo. Dai, ma veramente? Muori, bastardo. Devo tirarmi giù, ma non frega niente. Devo fare punti. Ah! Prendilo. Perfetto. Devo fare 1000 punti, devo farli anche in fretta. Cosa succede quando non porti un bombardiere in zone di bombardamento pesante? Ok, in teoria siamo col punteggio giusto. Prendilo. Da 5 secondi. Dove non riesco a tirarli? No, è rimasto male. 4000 metri. Andiamo un altro aereo? F16C. Dai, 12.000 metri. 10, 10, 10, 10. 2, 2. Dai. No. Oh.
Operation is complete. Head back. The bastards who flew off are going to wish they were never born. You guys get a pass.
Damn right. I wouldn't be surprised if we're thrown in solitary too. Hey, who wants to bet who goes into solitary? That's what that gambling nutjob would say if he was still here.
Oh.
Where's your sense of humor, guys? Your buddy's making a joke. Laugh already.
Some welcome.
Sto cazzo è bello. Quanto è bello il Tomcat, ragazzi. Spettacolo. È uno spettacolo incredibile quell'aereo.
You lost planes, but the
Sì.
mission succeeded. However, some of you crossed the return line for supplies and for repairs. This will result in solitary. Take them.
Un bel tirannosauro. Abbiamo first contact adesso.
You know, I've received a medal for my ingenuity in finding a use for you cons. But just remember, if you disobey orders, there's a special place in solitary confinement for you. Your so-called right to complain was forfeited the moment you chose to break the law. Okay then, go make yourselves useful. An Ocean Air Force squadron is...
Cazzo. Dio, questa qui sarà complicata con l'F15, con l'F14 Tomcat. Perché i LAM non servono. Per quanto non mi piace montarli, devo mettergli questi. Sto rosicando, però non avete idea da quanto. Sto peso di chile collo. Tempo di ricarica. Velocità di aggancio. Vamos.
Aircraft preparations complete. You're cleared to taxi.
La mano non serve. Mi piacciono queste cose che capisci male. Comunque questa qui è bellissima sta missione. Io la amo.
Spare squadron, this mission needs to be quick. Target radar facilities and AA weapon.
Ah, comunque questo che ti piaceva vedere. Il nemico è lì. Quindi adesso bisogna buttarsi su di lui, però si fa così. Così. E poi impicchiata. Non vedo. Non si vede proprio niente a mezzo. Scusate il napoletano però. Allora, concentriamoci sugli obiettivi.
Destruction of target facility is confirmed. Radar's working. We're under attack. Don't lace up in there. Don't wait for interceptors. Use the missile.
Che io sono pilota, qui in mezzo. Sono uno dei posti in cui mi piace di più volare, figuratevi. Sopra le nuvole.
Destruction of target facility confirmed. Spare 15 locked on.
Vai, sono rimasti più stronzi. E lì è difficilissimo volare. C'è tutto vento. Infatti sta già facendo estrema resistenza.
Radar facilities are silent. Those SAM sites are
Ok.
still a threat.
Dai vento, dammi una mano. Sì, esatto. Quindi qua adesso mo arriva quella che ti piace.
Caution. Bandits inbound. Here come the UAVs.
We might have crossed the line.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
There they are.
Leave this one to our friends.
Wish we'd used that hole to get home too.
Things don't always go perfectly.
Andiamo a dare supporto alla squadriglia Strider e Golem.
Spare 15 has broken through the thunderclouds. Nice work for a dumbass. They were pretty good from a UAV splashed. Alright, good start. Now let's get the remaining 6 out of there.
So che un paio di flare ti salvano. Vedi, questo qui è un cazzo di Tomcat. Infatti sei morto adesso. Dai. Tiralo giù, se non mi incazzo. Ah, ti sei messo dietro le mie ore 6? Va bene, d'accordo, amichetto. Adesso ti esplodo. Quanti cazzo di flare c'hai, bastardo? Ok, facciamo.
Start complaining when you can keep your own nose clean.
Damn it. Hospital has a lock. Missile, don't let it touch you.
Ah, ci becchiamo un cazzo di fulmine, io lo so.
Bandit has a lock. Strider 3, missile in the air. Evade. Cyclops 3, watch your ass.
No, Cyclop, non Golem. Dannazione.
Cyclops 3 has broken off. Bad dog, it's just me and one more to go. Spare 15. You're the only one earning any redemption today. Make sure the rest of them stay alive.
You let the devil with 3 sin lines go free after that.
You're in no position to call someone a devil, Count. Don't make me laugh.
Cyclops 2, hostile on your rear. Not letting a damn robot shoot me down. Someone hurry up and rescue our hapless regulars.
Cyclops 2 is broken up. All my guys managed to escape. Got me.
Certamente, no?
Spare 15, launching missile.
Cyclops 1, missile.
Dovrei avere il cazzo di F-22 Raptor.
UAV splashed.
I can't get him to overshoot. Flying against machines is a pain.
So I just gotta look at this. Just one fighter.
Cyclops 1 is hit.
I'm hit, but still functional.
Prendilo. Ok.
Cyclops 1 is breaking off. He could have broken off any time if he was by himself. Spare 15. All UAVs in the vicinity confirmed destroyed.
Nice teamwork. Thanks. Who is that? Tell him I'm grateful.
Copy that, Cyclops 1. Spare squadron. Mission is complete. Return to base. Wait a minute. Hold it.
Giù a sinistra, ragazzi.
You have more chores for us? Spare 8, champ. Bogey approaching fast from the rear.
Tutta questa missione si chiama First Contact, no? Vi presento la squadriglia Sol. Gli assi delle Rusea.
Still not firing. I ain't afraid of it. Spare 8. No dogfighting. Negative. I'm not letting this slide.
You could have done that sooner. I want to understand the enemy.
Shot down Champ. He was toying with him.
Spare 10 lost. Another one. One recon aircraft lost. What's with this guy? That's an Su-30. All spare squadron aircraft provide support for Cyclops and Strider. Keep the bandit off of them.
Dang it, that's not possible.
Get in there with that monster, Spare 15. We're gonna lose more friendlies.
Last of the 444's craft flying out of bounds.
Damn cowards bailing on us?
I just sent back the damaged craft. Don't need guys we can use. Spare 15, Spare 11. From an element to take up the rear. Forget it. Trigger's taking the beast head on. You two deal with support.
So this is where Tabloid bows out. Shit. Roger that. Will do.
Sol 2, Sol 3. They've got 2 rear guard.
Bastardo. Lui può stallare, io no. Vengo a prendere.
Missed target. Spare 15, Fox 2.
Ah!
Locked on target.
Right now. Sol 2, this is Sol 1. Sol 2 here. What's up? Missile did not connect. That wasn't the plan.
Qua, amicchetto mio bello. Un po' stallato. Mi trovo dietro di lui. Però i missili non agganciano come vorrei. Oh, caricali.
Exactly the man we didn't want to run into. Jaeger, if it comes down to it, black as a sheep. Just get my guys out of here. Understood.
Spare 15, locked on. Hostile has locked.
Preso.
Nice. Bandit hit. Spare 15 got him.
Sol 1, please respond. What's your status? My status? Well, I was a little excited.
Go get him.
Sì.
Sol 1, going to assist. Your job's about mine.
Bandits in the clouds. Chase them down. You've got this.
You're telling me there's only 2 craft taking out the orange guy?
No, just one's taking him on.
No way. I wouldn't last a minute.
Fusion, do not engage. If he gets close, just run.
Copy that. Was gonna do that anyway.
Spare 15, locked on.
Prendetelo.
Sol 1, this is Sol 2. My status is fine. Do not interfere.
Vieni qua, vieni. No! Queste qui sono le fight spettacolari di Ace Combat. Vorrei guardare lo giroscopio! Ci deve uscire fuori dalle nuvole.
Runway is clear. You have permission to land. You made it this far, don't screw up now. $3,000 meters. Too fast. Lower your air.
Da, troppo veloce, è esagerato. Non vedo l'ora di entrare nello Strider perché avremo un aereo top. Avremo un cazzo di aereo top. Aereo no, però aereo magari. Cazzo. F-15C imbattibile quel cazzo di aereo.
The crew said the enemy had one mean son of a bitch flying for him. Our team had a few Air Force hot dogs, real experienced pilots.
Eccoci qua.
Swooped in like a hawk, locked on, and took them all out in the blink of an eye. Reminds me of a story Gramps told me once. He said a little while before he retired from active duty, he saw an enemy fighter wipe out an entire formation right in front of him. It was like seeing how a shark works when it's going after its dinner. This enemy pilot stalked Gramps' pals from below, just like how a shark would. Then one by one, he put the bite on them. Sounds like what happened to our guys today. Kinda surprised so many made it back alive. I bet when they saw what was going on, they broke formation and left their buddies to the shark. Hang on. There's 3 extra planes here. They're foreigners too.
Sono lo squadrone Strider. E Cyclops.
You returned without permission and failed as escorts. So how about you rethink your value while in solitary? Take them away. Well, well, what do you know? Pilots made it back to base alive. Treat them well, and feed them plenty. After all, we have to get a favorable report out of them. I've spent enough of my time being the commander of some worthless penal unit.
Perfetto. Penso che per oggi è tutto con Ace Combat. Ci vedremo, non so parlare, niente, fine, basta. Ci vedremo per il prossimo episodio. Non mancate, mi raccomando, perché abbiamo appena conosciuto Scilagia in combattimento. Ci divertiremo.